I was thinking that today we will go for a long walk, to Podutik. But Liza is being a bit lazy. Because tomorrow, most likely, I will go to city, to our national and university library to do some research for those conferences in April. And that will mean no pre-noon walk for Liza. Lizzie, I don't know what is here, because I don't see basically, well, I don't see any holes, mice holes, but a lot of evidence for other dogs that of course people do not collect, remove. But yeah, another let's say interesting news from Slovenia from last week. So several months ago, I think already sometime last year, one of the car washing facilities in Ljubljana, hand washing, became of interest because media reported that they were basically utilizing almost, you would call it, not non-regulated, but even worse, almost like slave labor. So I think they were Indian nationals, and they were basically maltreated there, pay that was agreed upon, was not given, or perhaps we will go to Podutik. Everything was bad, their documents were taken away and so forth. And so, of course, the Ministry of Labor, which is currently in the domain of the far left party, the left, decided, the solution for this problem is not, enforcement of the current legislation, which we have, and such treatment of laborers is forbidden, but we need more regulations. And they come with an idea that the sure way to prevent such maltreatment of workers is to implement a mandatory digital clock-in for all of the workers, in Slovenia, which means basically when you start your shift, no matter where you are, you will have to come, clock in, and when you are done, you will have to clock out. And this is their, solution for this problem. Not the enforcement and prosecution of, abusers, but, additional regulation. And of course, people started to complain that this is, for some, let's say, types of jobs, is this basically impossible. For example, like I am, let's say, self-employed, so now I will have to buy a digital machine to clock myself in and out. Crazy, but yeah. And but then of course people got really upset, and who is the only group of people that the government listen to? Academia. Because academia apparently is only type of employment that has an regular work hours, and they cannot be physically, present to clock in or out. If you are in abroad, on a work trip, how you will clock in and something like that. And yeah, people are just coming up with more problems than solutions for the problem. Instead of let's say, okay, we have problem, nobody's regulating this activity or monitoring this activity because it's already regulated. So let's employ more, inspectors that they will go on the field and took done inspection. No, we will put everyone that is every business. We will basically punished. Every business in Slovenia will be now punished because of one company that was exposed. Of course, there were a couple other companies. One basically similar regarding exploitation of foreign laborers was a fish factory, and they basically also made the workers. So basically, the workers had to sleep in one of the let's say storage spaces, one of the warehouses in the factory complex, So yeah, there is a problem regarding, increase of legislation, let's say. That would be, because they are just, creating more problems and not providing the solution for the existing problems. Okay, let's end on this point.